is Chiton Kakenji, and I work as the technical writer with Vincom Solutions Limited. Okay, I'll briefly say what we do as a company, but before then, we'd like to meet you in the comment section, the message box. We'd like to meet you. So, quickly tell us your name and where you are joining us from. Just tell us your name and where you are joining us from and what you do so that someone can always connect with you. If you have your LinkedIn account, you can share it, your Twitter and the rest of it. You can share it on the chat box so that we can easily connect with you as well. Okay, like I said earlier, my name is Chisom Kakendik and I'll be your anchor for today. I'm not the one speaking, yes, I'm just anchoring it. I have my guests that are going to talk, so I'm just going to be moderating the flow of things here. So, this talk is sponsored by Zenicom Training Hub, which is a subsidiary of Zenicom Solution Limited, is a software development company. And what we do is basically to build software products for our clients, and we try to build products that scale and solve problems. So we have to look at the way of connecting with our community and contributing our own quota in trying to enrich and equip the youth with IT skills. So we have to come up with the Unicom training aspect of it that trains young people with skilled IT talent that will help them to upskill and improve their employability. So going forward, I would share the links to our social media handles where you get to connect with us and know what we do. Okay, going to what we have today. Okay, so as part of trying to, because we work with young people, we know that a lot of as part of what we do, we work with young people and we know that a lot of the persons are actually confused on what to do with their life and career. Yes, some have started taking up courses in tech, but they don't know how to pitch their tent and go in their needs. So we have to come up with this webinar, which is going to be a monthly webinar. It's going to be a monthly event. So we are very privileged, and of course, we are excited to have you here. This is the first of its kind, and we are really excited that you were able to make it. And trust me, like I've always said, it's going to be the best use of your 1 hour because truthfully, we have things packed for you that will not only help you to scale in your career, but it's also going to create a platform whereby you can network with other persons that are in the field, those that are at your level and those that are far. But we know so much that in fact we need networking to thrive. Okay, without wasting much of our time, I'd like us to go to the business of the day because, of course, I make sure that we try to keep the time. I know that we all have important things we are doing and we like to go into what we are doing. So, the first speaker that we are having today. His name is Joshua, and he's a product designer, a seasoned product designer that has been in the field for over 4 years now. So he's going to take us through his journey into product design and where he is at the moment. Yes, we know that we always like to celebrate greatness when we see it, and because we are also aspiring to improve on ourselves and in our lives, we get to learn from people that have worked the path and know how we can also do something with our own life. So we're going to be having Joshua as he's going to speak with us. So I'm going to be talking less while he does most of the talking. Hi Joshua, nice to have you.
Thanks for having me.
All right, all right. It's so good to see you. I am looking fresh.
How are you? Well, good. Yeah, so my name is Joshua. Like she already said, and I'm a product designer with 4 years of over 4 years of experience actually, and I am currently working for an AI company, an AI company in Berlin, where I'm based currently, and I basically moved from Nigeria to Berlin because of work like 4 months ago. So yeah, like it's been a crazy ride so far. But then I don't know if you want to ask me any other question before like I dive into it. But then yeah, that's basically for like short intro. Yeah, Joshua, 4 years experience, currently in Berlin, working for an AI company, basically.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay, just from a little something I picked from what he said, it was his work that took him to Berlin, where he is. So that shows that if you are skilled at what you do, you'll be highly sought after, and that can always put you at the pedestal. So, Joshua, I want you to go ahead, tell us about yourself and how you were able to come up, what you studied in school, and how you were able to decide that, okay, this is tech, I want to do tech, and this is the area of tech I want to focus into.
Yeah, cool. So thanks. The thing is, I studied petroleum engineering,
Okay.
and I'm currently a product designer, which is two totally unrelated fields. But it's actually quite funny because the reason why I decided I wasn't going to do petroleum engineering anymore was during my IT year in school. So first of all, I struggled to get placement in an oil company. And then before I got the placement, I had to like cut corners, meet one of my uncles that I don't normally talk to help me call people to get me into I think it's NFBC, yeah, NFBC in Worry.
Mm,
So that's how I got placement for my IT. And then I talked to myself, I was like, is this how life after school is going to be like?
okay.
So that was where like that realization hit me. So I didn't
Mm,
actually wait to graduate before I started thinking of what to like do with my life. Though I'm not shitting on people that actually like have graduated and that are thinking. I'm just saying like my own personal realization came when I struggled to get a placement for NYC. So I was like struggling for a job might actually be crazy. So during my IT, I started exploring, basically doing research, like trying to like find another path of my life. And then I met someone that was into tech. And then he told me about of a particular program called Decagon. I don't know, it's in Lagos. So
okay.
it was like Decagon that I can actually like prepare for this, then go. And, like it was just dreamy the way he said it. Like, and it's through the path of like software engineering. So when
Okay.
I entered tech, I actually went through like software engineering. But then that
Okay.
wasn't really my thing because all through like primary school, secondary school, I've always been like the creative person. Like I like
Okay.
doing digital arts and stuff.
Okay.
But then there wasn't really any way for me to make money off that, so I stopped it. But then when I found out about product design, it was when I was already learning like software engineering. I think I really learned front end like to a great extent. And then I found out about product design. I was like, oh, there's a whole career path where I just design. Then I went into like code. I'm like, why not do it? So that's when like I picked
Okay.
up product design. So yeah, but then I picked up product design. I struggled. It wasn't all rosy. I struggled for like the first 3 months after I learned. So I was trying to get jobs, trying to get gigs. It's really, really hard. I quit. I did quit. I was like, I
Okay.
don't want to do this anymore. I went to graphic design. I went to graphic design. It was easy to make money as a graphic designer because I could actually like rack up little gigs like from
Okay.
small business owners and stuff. But then a friend of mine entered like started doing product design. That was like he had more business knowledge, so he was
Okay.
getting more crazy gigs. Like the kind of money he was making was money that I probably do like I don't know 50 to 100 stuff for gigs
Okay.
as a graphic designer
Yeah.
to get that kind of money. Then I was like, okay, I learned this before. I probably need to work on something. And then
Okay.
the thing with the graphic design, it actually made me more business oriented because I interacted with a lot more people. I know how to
Okay.
sell myself more. So it wasn't a waste for me. So I know how to sell myself more. So when I came back to product design, I found the missing piece, like the reason why I could not get a gigs.
Oh,
So I
okay.
just kicked it off. Like when I came back, I think like after like 2 3 weeks, I was able to land my first gig, and then it just like roller coaster effect or snowball effect, basically just like um, cascaded after that. And then basically I started with like gigs and stuff. And the crazy thing is that most of the time in my early journey, I
Mm,
was learning on the job. It's just confidence. That's one thing that probably most people don't know. Most
okay.
people keep they get stuck in the learning loop. They
Okay.
think they have to keep learning, they have to keep learning, they have to keep learning. Like
Mm,
the learning never ends. So now I'm still learning.
yes. Yes.
But yeah, the one thing you need to do is that you need to like be confident of yourself,
Mm,
and once you know the basics
mm,
and you are willing to learn more and you are willing to listen, I think you'll be hireable, especially if it's an entry level position. I'm meant to learn on the job mostly, but then I basically started taking like leaps of confidence. And then when I
okay.
was confident enough to get a full time job, I started applying for full time jobs, and then I got
Okay.
my first full time job. Then like basically like cascaded to where it is now.
All right. Thank you so much. That was really powerful. Like, I got the fact that you struggled, you quit at a point, but you didn't quit totally. You still got your confidence back and you bounced back. That is really very interesting to know because we know that a lot of people, once they struggle for a while and they see that things are not working as they would want, they would quit and they will never go back to it. So it's good to know that you didn't quit totally, that you have to fall back. Yes, yes. And
Yeah,
it
so
has,
probably
okay,
instead of sorry for cutting you, but probably
uh,
instead of me to call it quitting, probably I'll say flexible. So I like
okay.
to use the word flexible. I would like the thing in life I believe is you have like you should have a primary goal and then
Mm,
you should be flexible on how
yes,
you get to the primary goal. So
yes,
like I said I started with software engineering.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
That wasn't a waste at all.
yes,
Because
okay,
in companies I'm working with, it makes me communicate more with software engineers. And
okay,
then even when
okay,
I'm pitching myself to in interviews,
yes,
and I said that like I can actually communicate better with software engineers. I
yes,
have a graphic design background. Like I have this technical
yes,
like
yes.
skill set kind of thing. So it doesn't waste. Even if
Yeah,
I'm not going to be a product designer forever, obviously I'm planning to like get into management. So it's just
okay,
like toolkits. You know, like
yeah,
it doesn't waste. Once you learn it, it's part of your like your skill
yes,
set.
yes, yes,
That's
yes.
basically it. So yeah, you just need to be flexible with it.
Yes, yes. So the key word here is flexibility because sometimes we start, say someone will start a course in backend development and backend is not working. So we say it's not backend, but then you don't want to stop because you started with backend, you will insist that you have to do the backend. Why? Because you feel that that is the core of tech. Yeah, so it's good to know that with flexibility, you can start from a particular place and then along the way as you continue discovering yourself and your strengths, you can decide to move to another niche and you can still grow yourself and the knowledge you get won't be a waste. Okay, thank you so much for sharing that with us. Thank you. So you talked about when you got a gig, the first time you got a gig, and then when you felt that you are now confident enough that your skill set is now good enough for you to go for roles. So we'd like to know, was there a big break? Was there a big break for you to like you got a gig and how did you leverage your online platforms for you to be able to put yourself out there and were you able to get any offers just by virtue of you showing off what you've done online and then attracting people?
So there's this where I like referencing this stuff. It's like
Okay,
as a human being, or as a technical profession, let me not go too
okay,
typical. So as a human being, not
okay,
as a tech person,
okay,
have you have two type of values. You have your actual value and your perceived value. So
okay,
your perceived value is your social presence, how people see you,
okay,
what they think you are, like how credible you are. Then your actual value is your actual technical skill set. So
okay,
at all times, you want to make sure your perceived value is greater than your actual value.
okay,
Because people who don't want to, how do I put it? People want to go for farther, or they want to like get, what's the word? People like in general, people like to cheat people. So nobody
okay,
wants to give you your worth.
okay, okay,
So your worth, let's say five, I don't know, 5 naira. Let me say 5 naira.
mm,
You're worth 5 naira. Somebody sees that you're worth 5 naira, but they want to offer you 2, 3 naira. It's
oh,
like it's the
okay,
way the world works. So you need
mm,
to look. bigger than you actually are to even
Okay.
it. So at all
Okay.
times, your personal value needs to be bigger. So that's before we actually like get to like the social presence thing. So the thing is like for me personally, I categorize them into like marketing and technical stuff. So technical is like the actual values, like the actual technical skills I
Okay.
have. And then for marketing, it's my LinkedIn, my portfolio, and my resume.
Okay.
So when you are searching for jobs and you are not getting interviews,
Mm.
you know your perceived value is poor. That means your LinkedIn, your resume,
Okay.
your portfolio, there's something wrong with it. But when you are getting interviews, but you're not landing the job, then your actual value, something is wrong with it. You need to
Mm.
work on your technical skill set.
Okay.
Exactly. So you need to know where you are. Like, what position are you in currently?
Okay.
Am I getting interviews? Am I not getting interviews? So you know what to work on.
Mm.
That's basically what I'm giving that like prior analogy. So for me personally, when I found out about this, I started working on my LinkedIn seriously, and then it didn't really take me like 2, 3 projects to actually like do something that went like a little bit viral. I
Yeah,
think it got
okay.
about like 3,000 impressions, about over
Wow.
100K views to be honest on LinkedIn. So,
Wow.
but then that particular project that I posted got me a lot of offers, like a lot. Like it was a Zenith Bank app redesign. So
Oh.
it was an that everybody was facing. And that's one thing like I'm still it's still there's this common it's a misconception, I call it a misconception. People
Mm.
actually tend to say, oh, show up every day, post something, post something, post something.
Mm.
Don't become an influencer. You need to post something that makes sense. You need to actually post valuable stuff. And then you need to
Okay.
know your audience. You need to know what you want.
Okay.
You need to know what you want. So if you keep posting motivational stuff. A
Mm.
recruiter is not going to see your motivational stuff and say, oh, this guy is a good designer. He's trying to. I don't know. You need to post something that is actually going to like show that this person is a problem solver, or this person can actually like do whatever he says he's doing.
Yeah.
Basically, you need to actually solve problems while you
Mm.
are showing up every day, not trying to
Yeah.
motivate people. People tend to get that a lot, and I say it a lot, but then it's something that might actually break a table if I say it out loud. But it is what it is. So,
Okay.
but yeah, show up, like post your work, post your work
Mm.
daily, if not daily, weekly, monthly, however, however, whatever frequency works for you. But
Okay.
just ensure you post it. But then it makes sense if you actually solve real world problems. That's what
Okay.
I noticed with the Zenith one because I figured it out, and the first actual project I did went viral, and then Zenith reached out to me. Zenith
Wow.
Marketplace themselves they reached out to me, but it was a very ridiculous um, kind of offer, so I
Okay.
rejected. But then
Okay.
the beauty of solving actual world problems is that even if the company you solve the problem for or
Mm.
the demographic you solve the problem for don't reach out to you, their competitors or
Yeah.
other industries are doing it to reach out to you.
Yes.
So Zenith reached out to me, not just Zenith. UVA reached out to me. What else? UVA. What's this other bank? Forgotten the other bank. It's
Okay.
UVA. Oh, FCMB also they reached out to me.
Oh
So, but then
my.
I was very very poor at
Okay.
interviews, so I lost
Oh.
everything. So
Wow.
it's like when you get opportunity, but then you don't know how to convert it.
Mm.
So I got those opportunities earlier, but I could
Yeah.
not convert it. So
Okay.
when I lost those offers, I was like, okay, I need to work on myself more on the interview aspect. So I
Yeah.
know, okay, I've sorted one thing, which is like how to market myself. So I know
Mm.
what to do now. But now that I'm getting offers, I need to start converting. So I started
Okay.
working on my interview, how I speak, my communication skills, and everything.
Yeah.
And then I was able to like close, I think, yeah, close a couple offers, like some gigs, an actual
Wow.
full-time job that period.
Wow.
And then basically I just moved on from there. But the key thing is show up. If you're showing up to increase your perceived value, you need to
Mm.
show up correctly. Don't show up as a motivational speaker. Show
Mm.
up solving actual problems that make sense. That's going to make a recruiter or a founder see you as someone that's going to be valuable in the company,
Mm.
not someone that's going to be motivating them every stand-up calling. I say, what I mean. So that's just the main thing.
Wow. Wow. Wow, seriously, this came with so much. I'm still trying to myself. I'm trying to digest what you said. Of course, I have to visit. the things we talked about, your active value and your perceived value. Of course, we are in Nigeria that where we are currently, people would always, there's no way people will not price you. Like, if you say this is this, they will always want to price you down. So, talking about the perceived value, and you said we should ensure that it is always high there, then people can now then build up. Because I wanted to, when you say that, I was like, oh, how are we going to project ourselves as high as this, and at the end of the day, if we are called for the job, we are not able to do it. But the fact that you balance this out by saying you also do the active work, you don't just come out as a motivational speaker, that you have to also solve real life problems. That alone has actually helped to answer that. So going forward, what did you do in preparation? You said you were very poor at interviews when you got these offers, so you lost majority of them. So what did you do personally in preparation that helped you going forward for you to land better offers? You are still coming to where you are or how you got to where you. That why you see the word. What did you do going forward that helped you to be able to secure better offers going forward?
So one thing is, not one thing, the major thing is your communication skills. So
Okay,
you need to be able to sell yourself properly
okay,
in interviews. Like you need to, it's like the most important thing. Like I've seen people that get jobs that they are not qualified for, and
yeah,
then they get sacked after like 2 months. But they get the jobs. And then you
okay,
see people that are overqualified, but they're not getting jobs.
okay,
The main thing there is the communication, how
mm,
to sell yourself. It's like trying to become a salesperson, like selling. You are literally in an interview. You are selling yourself. You are selling your services. Like you're selling the product. Like
yeah,
somebody is forcing you to buy one cream, one I don't know, one weird lotion or something like that. You are literally selling yourself. So you need to learn. See, if you know that fact for a fact, you need to learn how to sell yourself more. It's like
okay,
the point I cited in the early questions that you asked, or first set of questions that you asked, when I said that in interviews, I tend to like bring up the fact that I learned software engineering, I learned graphic design. So I'm
yeah,
not just bringing my services or my skill set. So yeah, so I don't just like say, oh, I'm coming to join a company as a product designer and I'm going to offer just product design services. I'm going to offer product design services, but I have this knowledge that's going to act as like uh, it's like auxiliary or temporary. They're like temporary skills
okay,
that would come in handy to make me work more efficiently. It's
okay.
like I'm telling you that, oh, you are buying one, but in the packet you are getting like 5 other. I don't know, like
Buy
you
one,
know,
get one
yeah,
free.
exactly. Yeah, so you need to sell yourself more. It's like you're
Yeah,
overselling yourself. You need
yeah,
to show them that, oh, this particular role, I'm more than qualified for it.
okay, okay,
So those are like the key things. And then if you're able to like convince them, it's literally like a sales interview is just like two people trying to convince
okay,
themselves that you're selling something. If you're
yeah,
able to convince them, then you get the job. So it's now how better do you, like how to get better at convincing, how to get
okay,
better at selling yourself.
alright,
It's all falls down to communication.
okay,
Communication psychology, like you need to know how to get into people's heads. You need to know it's not manipulation, it's different. But then
okay,
you need to know how to get people into people's heads. You need to know how to say what people want to hear,
okay,
but then not to lie, but then to use it to influence yourself. So if you know that people
okay.
need ABC, you know you need to work on ABC, and then tell them, oh, I have ABC. It's just
Oh,
like
okay,
yeah, you get. So you need to like connect it. So I'm not saying you should lie to get the job. I'm saying if you know that, oh, I have to lie that I have this skill to get the job. Learn the skill they say you have it and get the job. Yeah.
oh,
So it's
okay,
just like you need to know like how to sell yourself, then get the skills that you're selling. But yeah, everything falls down to communication.
okay. Okay, okay, thank you. From what you said we should know the skill and then sell it. So it would mean for you to do that, you have to have a background knowledge of what they are looking for because you can't tell what someone does not need. So you have to be sure
Exactly.
that they actually need this thing before you can sell it to them. All right, thank you for that. So I've been jotting, I've been jotting. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's exactly what I've been passing around the bush for. Yeah, because prior to any interview, I tend to like
Okay.
study the company, like their website, everything, all their services that they're offering.
Mm,
Then I have like a common structure that I
mm,
use for interviews in my head that I built over the years. So
okay.
basically, it's from experience, the kind of questions that they ask me, because this thing is still like experience on its own. So I know the kind
Mm,
of question you want to ask me. I actually was in an interview that the guy was asking me questions, and I was replying the question. He said, "Do you have, I don't know, do you have chat GPT mindset or something?" Because this was like I knew what you want to ask me. Like it felt so
yeah,
structured. Like
yeah,
these people, they are not asking anything different.
yeah, okay,
You can literally prepare for an interview. You know what they want to ask you. They are going to
okay.
ask you, the first thing they're going to ask you, tell me about yourself. They are
Mm,
going to close. You know they are going to tell you to like, do you have any questions for us? These are
yeah,
places where you need to like leverage and to
okay.
make sure you like make a very, very strong stand for yourself. Like it's
Mm,
just preparation. If you
yeah,
prepare for it, prepare to because I don't think personally I don't believe in talent. That's a normal topic. I
okay,
believe that anybody that knows anything worked out for it. So
okay,
anybody that knows more than me possibly work more than me.
okay,
So
okay,
that's personally what I believe. So you can learn to communicate more. You can
okay,
learn to be very successful at interviews. You can learn to be
okay,
better at anything. So that's
okay.
like the main thing. But the question is, you need to know what you need to be better at. So you need to first of all be humble, don't be ignorant. Believe that you don't know anything, and you
Okay.
constantly need to learn.
Okay.
And then if you have that open mind that you constantly need to learn, you always look for ways to improve what you currently have.
Okay. Okay.
So if you think you're good at communication, you'll probably not grow. But if you think you need to get better at communication, you keep growing,
Oh,
basically.
okay. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much. You mentioned humility. You mentioned that you shouldn't be ignorant and you should always be open to learn. If you think you know enough, it stops you from actually going out there to actually improve on ourselves. Thank you. Thank you so much for mentioning all this. So just a quick, I just wanted to talk to the people. Okay, check in the chat box. We dropped a link to our socials, so you can quickly click on it and follow us on our social media handles. I would also, he shared his socials before so that you can follow him and get more insights on what he does. And if you want to reach out to him, you can also easily reach out to him via that. So thank you once again, Joshua. Going forward, but I think that our time is fast spent, so let's try to wrap up. So now we are in Berlin. Yeah, looking at your LinkedIn profile, you said from Benin City to Berlin, Germany, like almost two words. So, how did it, want to know, how did it happen from product design? How did you build yourself and you were able to secure a job with this company and they were able to help you relocate to where you are at the moment? So, what was the journey like?
Um, prior to prior to this job, I was working with a company in the UK but remotely in
Okay,
Nigeria.
okay.
So it's just like I told you that people tend to want to cheat you.
Mm,
But at the same, you how do I put it? So as a techie, but it's related to any other field. But as a techie mainly, you
mm,
should not really be focused on money
okay,
for a start. You should be
okay,
focused on getting more companies in your resume, like getting more experience, if not just more
okay,
companies, more experience. So that's one thing. So I wasn't focused on money to start with, but
okay,
then I knew where I want to get to. I knew like I have a primary goal. So
okay,
if I'm working with a company and I'm able to like achieve my personal goals with them, and I seek for like a promotion or a raise or something, and they
mm,
are not trying to like respect it, I start looking for a job elsewhere. That's
okay,
basically like the way I like back out from companies basically. So my previous company was in the UK. They're Nigerians. It's a Nigerian founder in the UK.
oh, okay.
This man, I kept talking to these people. I was like, hey, like I need to like relocate. Like this, is like what's in my mind. That's probably what I want to do. Like everybody's in my family is telling me, like, hey, you have to come out, you have to leave, you have to do this kind of you get.
Yeah,
I was telling the man like they have the capacity, they can do it, they
okay.
have the money.
Mm,
But then these people they know that what they are paying me in Nigeria is way cheaper than what they'll pay someone in the UK.
yeah,
So them relocating me is them just incurring more cost. So it
yeah,
wasn't worth it. So they
Mm.
were like, oh, they're going to relocate me from Benin to Lagos. And, what are you saying? What? Why are you relocate me from Benin to
Online
Lagos?
fire. Okay.
So they were like, they're going to relocate me from Benin to Lagos, put me in the island, furnish my apartment, blah, blah, many, many talk. When I was talking about relocation, I was like, okay, I didn't
Mm.
say anything. I was like, okay, I kept doing my job. Because when I was working for them, like one thing is that I tried to like create a stand, like show my value
Okay.
by not just doing stuff in my role, but try to like
Okay.
take on more responsibility, just so that I can easily promote. That's basically it.
Okay.
But then those guys, they were, I don't know. Let me just stop there. But they were not like respecting that particular decision
Okay.
to relocate. So I started looking for other options. But then the main option for me personally, because I was like struggling with companies and that I was applying to in the UK. They were always saying that, oh, you need to be in the UK, you need to
Yeah.
be in the UK, you need to be in the UK. So it's
Mm.
getting annoying. So I was like, okay, I probably should go and do masters in the
Okay.
UK and then
Okay.
start looking for jobs. So I already saved money for the masters already. But
Mm.
then so now
Okay.
I got admission. So now spend the money was not in progress. I
Uh-huh.
was like, okay, this is too much. Like I have the money, but to just pour everything on like over like
Yeah.
15K, like I was like, no. I was like, a cheaper option would probably be to look for a job and relocate. So this was like the
Okay.
last bit. So I had to like re-strategize, go back to like the drawing board. Now check countries that offer like easy pathway for techies, check
Okay.
different programs and stuff. So top countries on my list was still the UK Global Talent pathway, and then Germany, because Germany actually offers this thing called the Blue Card that
Okay.
enables tech people with high salary come to Germany really really fast.
Okay.
So those are like the two pathways I was looking at. So because of these two pathways, I need to look for companies in either Germany or the UK. So
Okay.
basically, I've been looking for companies in the UK since I was like, let me try Germany. So I started looking for jobs in Germany, and then I got this interview. This was actually my first interview. I know I applied to this. I applied to like 20 jobs on a Saturday, and then I got two interviews. One with this company, and one with another company.
Okay.
So I already have experience with interviewing. So
Okay.
interviewing was not a problem for me. So I got to the first stage, got through it. Then they gave a task. That task was really, really crazy, deadly. I had to like take break off work for like 1 week to focus on the task. And
Yeah.
then third stage, fourth stage, boom, like cleared everything. And then they were like, oh, we're going to offer you the job or the position. I was like happy. I was like, okay,
Mm.
I'm not going to spend money for school anymore. I'll just ignore the admission. And then
Okay.
I came here. So basically, I've been here for like 4 months. But
Okay.
um, one thing I still probably would do, I'll still do the masters, but not in the design field. So
Okay.
it's going to be probably something in the management field. It's something like I said earlier, like the end goal. I know the end goal. The end goal is not to work for life as a product designer.
Okay.
I know the end goal is to like, for me personally, is to retire early
Mm.
and be financially independent.
Wow.
So
Okay.
being a graphic designer, being a software engineer, being a product designer, these are just tools to finance my end goal or to make
Okay.
me be in that end position.
Mm.
So once you know the end goal, you can be really flexible around it.
Mm.
So yeah, it's basically like once you know the end goal, you can be really flexible around it. So yeah, basically this just that's basically like the backstory. I was working for a company before that did not want to sponsor. Now, so it was either masters or get a job that sponsor. But either way, I was still going to leave because
Alright.
I was either going to like that job
Okay.
is going to be more expensive for me or
Mm.
get a job. But
Okay.
yeah,
All right. Well, thank you so much. Like, I've been writing and writing. There's just so much to learn from your journey, and thank you so much for making our time to share this with you. Because of our time, seriously, I want to pitch to the 1 hour content because we have to open the floor now to take questions. So you know that once patients are coming in, there must be between the own precautions. So we're trying to maximize what we have. So please, if you have any questions, you can drop it on the chat box. If your environment is very noisy, but if you can speak, please you can raise your hand and unmute yourself and talk. We are taking questions. If you have any questions for him, this is the opportunity to do so.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time. Thank you for sharing from your wealth of experience with us, sir. Because I just want to, I want some clarification. You mentioned it, but I just want you to talk a little more about it. You spoke about the learning loop, whereby when someone starts to learn, you just continue learning um, without getting a job. So, with my own experience, I was not caught in that loop because after learning immediately, I got an internship position. But some of my mentors are stuck in that loop. So can you just help us elaborate on how they can get out of the loop because they are trying to get internship positions, get gigs, but those gigs are years of experience. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So how do you get out of that loop? So the second thing I want to ask you is you spoke about Germany and UK. Please can you please elaborate? I think you said something about blue cards for either Germany or UK. Please can you talk a little bit around that? Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, for the first question, the learning loop. So basically, the way to break out is for you. It's confidence. You need to be confident enough to get your hands dirty. And even if you're not, and I know the way the job market is, like entry level positions, they're looking for someone with 2 years experience. Even internships, they're looking for someone with 2 years experience, which is actually ridiculous. But at the same time, that should not be really much of an obstacle because you could get your hands dirty by working on real life projects. You could volunteer. You could build something with friends. But the idea is to actually solve real world problems, not just be stuck on a course or on YouTube tutorials. So you need to get your hands dirty and get your hands dirty early. And while you are getting your hands dirty, you need to show on your socials that you are getting your hands dirty. That's the whole essence of showing up daily. Showing up daily that you are getting your hands dirty, not being a motivational speaker. So that would actually help you break out easily because when you have this like real world project, but if it's like let's say it's a you're looking for a position and they're asking you for like pro like work experience, yeah, like say 2 years, 6 months or whatever work experience. If you volunteered or you build something with friends, or you can actually list them on your CV as actual experience because if it's real, then it's real. You get, and then you get those entry level position, and then it just like picks up from there. But the main key thing to break out is to get your hands dirty early by working on real stuff, not just tutorials. Then I don't know if that answered it clearly, or if you want me to elaborate, or I can
Yeah,
just
that's okay. That's okay. Thank you.
cool. Then yeah, for the second question, like I think the pathways I mentioned was the global talent visa and blue card. So these are a little more. They have like requirements that I don't both pathways require you to have at least 3 years experience, and you need to prove it. You need to have at least 3 years experience, and then for the blue card, you need to have a minimum of 58,000 euros per year as salary. So like that's for the blue card because then it's like really really fast. You can actually get your visa within 2 3 months and you're out. But then with the global talent visa, you don't need a job. You don't need a job. You don't need salary. You don't need anything. You just apply with experience, and then you move. As long as you can finance yourself, you can show um, your your statements that you will not go there and thief or sleep on that bridge. If you can show that, they would actually grant you, and then because it's like for skilled workers, so you can actually go there and work. So that's the entire idea of that. But then it's something that you really have to prove with like good amount of experience. So those are like if you're starting out, those are like far goals. So your goals now should actually be to get as much experience as you can to like aim for those kind of positions or for those kind of opportunities. Because one thing I mentioned earlier, you don't want an opportunity to come and you're not prepared for it. So that's pretty much it for those two pathways. But then you can find more information if you check online. It's Global Talent and Blue Card Visa.
Thank you so
Okay.
much, sir.
Yes, thank you so much for answering and thank you to me for that. So, the any other, we are taking one more question, then we are wrapping up. So, quickly, if you have a question, one more question, and we'll wrap up. We have the other speaker waiting. So, in the absence of no other questions, we would have to wrap up this session of the webinar. So if you want to connect with him, so Joshua tell us how can we connect with you? What socials do you use that we can easily reach out to you and all that? So
I think LinkedIn is better. I'm active on LinkedIn.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that is already check the chat. You've already tested the LinkedIn profile, so you can easily click on the link and connect with him. So you can just say that you've got to, if you want to engage on the chat, please don't send somebody a message and say hello, hi. Please, if you are trying to get across to someone, say your name, introduce yourself. You can easily mention that, okay, you are connecting from here, so it's easier, they can respond to you because I believe that he's a very busy person and may not be able to respond to messages that are not very directed. So thank you so much, Joshua. I'm really very excited and happy that we were able to make our time to share this with us. Alright. So we'll be going over to our next speaker. His name is Abdulkadir Abubakar. So he's going to take basically our students on presentation skills. Yes, we've talked about putting yourself out there. When you do projects, you have to put it out there, your actual value, your perceived value. So now we are trying to learn how you're able to come up with real life projects. It's not something realistic that people would see and know that is actually solving a problem. Now, how you're able to come up with that and your positioning, how you're able to present that out there. So on that, we're going to be having Mr. Abdulkadir Abubakar, who is a data scientist that works with us. So he's going to be taking us on how to present your project and pitch your work. So over to you, Mr. Abdulkadir Abubakar. It's nice to have you here.
Hello, good morning, everyone. I'm actually going to be what we take with the time to appreciate the most of that. So I'm actually very much. So I'll be taking on how but I would like to share my screen. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes, we can.
All right. So I'll be taking us through how to pitch and present your project. I have, I think, 15 minutes or so. Am I correct?
Yes,
So I'll be
yes,
straight
please.
into the business of it. So basically, selling, pitching your product or making a presentation is just same as selling your product. So I just actually mentioned something like that. When you pitch, when you make presentation, majorly selling. That's what in the corporate world. But what is it that you are selling is actually what matters in this context. Sometimes it might be a skill. You are just learning new skill. You have that, you have that product, that service, that idea that you want people to buy. The easiest way to do that is through presentation. It's actually one of the ways to, but having a strong presentation skill set actually is just a lot of effort. Because if you actually get the presentation right, it means that at this point there's actually so much. There's actually so much at stake. Because one way to tell yourself is actually through your CV, your LinkedIn profile. In that case, there are very many things that the worst that would happen is you wouldn't get followed. But when you get the presentation round, it actually means there is some level of interest. It's more like you giving a final finishing touch to what you have started. But how do we sell? How do we sell this thing? Alright, this is actually a pitch, and know the audience. When you go presentation, how to give effective presentation, the first thing you always do is to know the audience. Why do you have that? You want to stop the audience from it is actually how would I put it? It's actually that thing that you can answer your question. Because you have a presentation, you have a pitch, and you really want to kick-started. This step actually helps to start the target presentation. The easiest way to go about it is to actually double around. Yes. You see, I have to make a presentation and I'll go online. I'll make a quick presentation on climate change and I'll write about it. Then I'll come up with a generic template that we use. Whereas you have just a very vital step, a very important step to your audience and what they objective of your presentation. You can start head on the fact that what is the easiest to answer. When you answer those questions, it automatically gives you answers to some of your questions. For example, something like what should I include in my presentation? What should I say in my presentation? What are my slides content in my presentation? Having known who your audience are actually gives you some of those answers. As an example, I'm giving the presentation to two different audiences. One of them is secondary school. I'll give the secondary school. Like for example, give me a presentation for climate change. It's very something that you wouldn't get those presentations, wouldn't encourage those ideas, you would say, put definition in your presentation. Because definition, most commonly, will not appear in the presentation. But I'll tell you that that can be a defining point for a presentation because you're giving your audience. And this person is like secondary school person. Giving them ideas of what climate change means can make the whole difference in the presentation. So there is no one generic template for making pieces of presentation. Understand your audience and understand what your goals and objectives are for the presentation. In the second hand, I'm looking at a presentation where I'm looking at investors, probably for my climate change product. Now, having a definition of climate change is this complex, and that's very difficult. Yes, because I expect that this person will know what climate change actually means. So the idea of knowing your audience is that there's no one generic template for making a presentation. Start from knowing who your audience is at, define your objectives, and move on from there. The next point I think I would like to spend time on this part of the presentation as study and narrative. You want to make a presentation to the person who you feel as professors. Some of this person is professors, some of this person is highly skilled business professional. But I tell you, before the professors, before the business professionals, before the technical, there's always a human. You need to compete with that human side. And I want to this presentation because we are this excited. We have the knowledge, we have the ideas. I want to sell immediately. So we jump into the business of the day. Yes, we just do it, okay. I have this product, I have the solution, we have to make content. So humanity is the narrative. Then we move on to what let's begin again. Give them the narrative, teach them what you are talking about when you acquire that. You want to know your thought process. Why do you think the solution should be adopted? I'll go with an example. I'll give the same climate change solution. So, and I have a climate change solution. Let's say we'll give it 1.0. So I want to present this solution to the same audience, to the same project. Now, one way, which is very common, is for me to start with this. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm here to present our problem solution. It is 1.0. This is the sentiment analysis system. This allows persons to choose with and get the sentiment of those people. This person believes in climate change or not. Now, this system is based on random forest algorithm and so. Yes, like that, this is the technical debate. It is actually very exciting. I know, but the person listening to you is not. How does he best deliver that product, stressing over at the environment we don't do? So another way to do this is to actually look at the narrative. What's the narrative? Now, good afternoon, everyone. I am here to present some of the solutions in a short material. So before I start, I would like to give us a background of the product. There are over 7 billion residents on planet Earth, and each resident has directly. The fashion industry contributes about 8% to the total CO2 emissions annually. It means that every time you wear clothes, any causes an adverse effect on our climate. Now, some software companies, some companies have come up with solutions to ameliorate these challenges. But these companies will have to sell their products in a market readily. How do they know market readily? Like, so my team and I have come up with a solution in a 1.0. It is a sentiment analysis system that allows companies to evaluate the sentiment of a particular location. It allows the companies to put in tweets from a geolocation and it can be able to tell if the sentiment in those geolocations fits the challenges of climate or not. This will allow them to have a targeted marketing. Now, here's two different approaches to the same audience. Now, the difference between the first and the second is the first successful activity is that they have software has too much technical expertise. The one that they build is a solution that shoots the fire so the person comes directly in there. While the second person is trying to provide the thought, the problem, the solution, the problem, and why did they come up with the solution? I bet you whatever solutions that you want to pitch, you will end up on the normal side because in the narrative. Yes, I have an e-commerce system. Your e-commerce system is very wonderful. Yes, it's very wonderful. You have those features that people should be aware of. But if you don't provide this narrative, they are not going to know why you should build your own e-commerce system over the likes of very powerful competitors such as Jumia Express, Amazon, Amazon. So I tell you, what we set to apart is that narrative that and you want this to come as early as possible. Because you assume, let's put ourselves in a shoe of someone listening out to our audience. When you see somebody show up, because you are aware of what they are there for generally. Yes, you want to know they are there for business. But there's this thing that they ask what is it presenting? What is that thing? Your silent question, what is it presenting? Why is it presenting? Why should I pay attention? Nobody owes you promise. Nobody promised you to listen to you. You make them listen. They can only hear. Yes, you will have instances where you would have audiences for presentation. They are just there. So you have to make them listen. You have to make them listen to see the strength of the life. What I would do personally is I would often spend 1/5 of my time on narrative. And sometimes I do even during my audience. Without too much not too much impact on my audience, then I will just go back to 1/5 of my time because I'll always make sure the narrative is successful. So moving on, coming to materials. Now the audience knows why you are there, what you are presenting, and they really want to listen to what you have to say. Yes, they are interested. Alright, I'll just move on. I will wrap up. I will quickly wrap up for today. So the material. Alright. So what you choose as material is independent on your kind of audience. Yes. How your slide will look like. You want to design a slide that appeals to the secondary student. If your audience is secondary student, you don't want to come to present within some solution and we are saying pitching on your slide. So these people help your audience. Now the organization piece. I have, like I said before, I have a very good ability to compare my instructions, compare object and objective formulation and so on. I am now inside the implementation system. There may be a product, for example, a website, you would want to demonstrate it to me. I said, I said, something like yes, there's something that desire that the product that go to www.facebook.com want to make presentation of that. Because of this, there are lots of people that can come from this approach. You might not be up to your success, but nobody will be ready to help you till like you become your success. You are not the service provider for the AI software that is currently down. Might be cloud service that is currently down. But if you go to www.com and get to their tech such processing and software and presentation. The best advice I give is start with voice recording so that then you can speak along while you say that product. This way you have a team to start listening in the background to get different now for technical interview, say for interview where you have to design an algorithm, the technical presentation you have an algorithm, now where you can use VS Code or any other environment, but make sure that this thing is organized. You don't want to be unorganized. You don't want to start finding VS Code while you are putting your product in. You are going to forget. What you want to do, I got all of my materials. I'm starting from the slide, presentation slide, and I'm going directly to the link. From there, I'm going directly to another presentation material. Like that. Then you have them talking in tab onto your system. You can easily see them. So this transition between sometimes some people may be so that you have used to environment. On those days you download it from the presentation slide. You can see the smooth. You can start finding it download it or start opening the map from the side you download it. Turn on your system, you're going to turn on good organization. And last point concerning subscribe. Why doing backup of any map? You can sort of pinpoint what you want to do, what are all problems, and then yes, my system will fail to do one of the things I want to test. Depending on the end mark, the real world wouldn't add up because that the size of the evidence is what is important. So it's not you know the audience, enough information that you have to the audience. So finally, let me put it. I think the difference between hot audit and how to master them. So I wouldn't go that. I wouldn't go detail into it. So practice. You be confident. The more you practice, the more you be confident. So in conclusion, you want to make a presentation based on you need to know your audience. You need to appeal to one side of people. And you need to pay attention to your material. So I believe when you put this at the beginning, you want to take into consideration before the presentation. Then it's very high chance that you will have a wonderful presentation. So I think I've exhausted my time. So I would like to make it short here. And thank you very much for having me.
Wow, wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Abdulkadir. Please, if you appreciate what he has done, I want to see you making noise with your emojis. Appreciate him. Let's clap for him. Your favorite emoji, appreciate what he has done. He took out his time to prepare a slide for us, and it's really wonderful. It's wonderful. And one of the things that I took out in the conclusion, we said we should be calm, we should know our audience while you are preparing for a project, for a presentation. Know the people that this thing you are producing, know the people it's for, know your market. So if you know your market, you can be able to know how to tailor what you are doing to suit them, know if it's actually solving their problem and to reduce the technicality with which you use to communicate with them. So it's really very insightful. It talks about appealing to the human nature of the people that you are talking with, and then you also said you should pay attention to your materials. Yes, make sure they are concise and they relate the message you want to send out to your users. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Abdul, for taking out your time to speak with us. Thank you so much. This has really been power packed. Truthfully, for being the first time that we are having a webinar, I must say, I don't know, it is actually a success. So for having the speakers, thank you so much for making our time to be here. Yeah, for those that wasn't here at the beginning when we started, when I introduced Vinicom, I said Vinicom, the platform which we are using to host this, yeah, is Vinicom Solutions Limited is a software development company. Then the arm that we're using to host this is the Vinicom training of, yeah, which is the training part of the company where we get to train IT talent to be able to be industry ready to use their skills to improve their to upskill. Yeah. So we want you to, as a token of appreciation for hosting a webinar like this. Yes, we were able to get people and they responded to us, and we are using the resources for this. We like you to please, please, please. I've already shared the link to our social media platforms. Kindly click on the links, engage on the phone. If not taking pictures, they can take a picture of what we are doing here. Talk about it. This is part of what Joshua Smith talks about. This is your perceptive value. People want to know that they are interested to grow and they actually taking active effort to do that. So attending webinars like this is telling people, okay, I'm actually interested to improve on myself. So I make out time to attend things like this. So you can take a picture of you can take a picture in your room of you listening to this, or you can take a screenshot of this ongoing session. You can go to LinkedIn, go to Twitter, go to Instagram, wherever. We have our links there. You follow us, you share what you've learned. I have learned something, and definitely you're going to see my post on LinkedIn. So if you learn something, what stood out for you during these two sessions? Talk about it, and you can follow the speakers that we have. We posted the link to their profiles, their LinkedIn profiles on the chat box. So follow both of them. You can appreciate them there while you're making your post. Mention the key things that you've learned. Then you can also tag them to the post. And of course, you cannot finish if you have not tagged Unicorn. Like you have not even started. So it's just to also thank Unicorn, appreciate us for the work we've done. Then, okay, going forward, this is going to be a monthly webinar series. Like I said, this is the median edition, and trust me, other ones are going to be good, and they are going to be bigger and better. So we are going to have another of these by December 14th. It's on a Thursday, and our time is still by 11 a.m. And we are taking to our work hour. I'm very, very sorry. I'm taking 6 minutes of your time. I'm very, very sorry about that, but we are working on sticking to time because we believe that quite a number of you are engaged, you are at work, you have things you need to do. Thank you so much for making out your time to be here. I hope you got value and we like to know what you learned. We want you to make noise about it on social media. So I wanted to book it in your schedule by come December the 14th on a Thursday. We are going to be having this webinar series again. And trust me, we are bringing the busiest person to come and speak to us. Of course, it's going to be bigger and better and better. So we'll be having a senior software engineer that is going to speak with us that works with Flutterwave. He has worked there for a number of years. So, and our own person in-house that is going to speak to us is all going to be a two-in-one series. So you are definitely going to learn. If there is a software developer there and you are thinking, you're the product designer they bought this time. Don't worry, we are bringing a software engineer and he's going to demystify everything that you've always wanted answers to. So thank you so much for making out your time. Once again, my name is Chiso Captain Dick, and thank you for joining us. We will be expecting you in our next webinar so that you can always come and learn. Please talk to your friends, anybody that you feel would benefit from this and will really be excited to have you next time, but then it's not just you, you're coming with somebody else. So thank you so much. If you're excited for this, please appreciate me that I've been talking. I need to see the emoji, I need to see the love from you. So please, if you just appreciate the work we are doing, so please feel free. Show me. I'm not seeing emojis yet. I'm not seeing the reaction. If you are talking for me, that is where I'm not seeing it. So thank you so much for making out time to be here. I'm really, really excited with fun. So on this note, we are going to be ending. Thank you, Siri. Thank you, Tomiwa. It's those people that I'm seeing their assistants that I'm calling their names. Oh, thank you, Maya. Oh, I can see that whole class. Thank you so much for making out your time. By this time, same time, December for things, we are going to be here again. So we're going to send out. Thank you, Latifa. So thank you. Going forward, we send the memo. Please put it in your schedule, and we expect to see you again. Thank you so much for being here. So this one will be ending for today. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much.